Welcome into Wager Talk TV. I am Megan Payton, joined by Ralph Michaels and Teddy Covers of WagerTalk.com. NFL is back. Week 1, Tampa Tom and the Buccaneers at Dallas Cowboys. The line opened at Bucs -2.5. We are now at -1.5 for Tampa. Ralph, we'll come to you first. Both teams will be without a key part to their offensive line, Bucs center Ryan Jensen, and Cowboys left tackle Tyron Smith dealing with major left knee injuries. Anything that you are looking at AT&T Stadium for Week 1 of Sunday Night Football?
Well, if you're going to use the major part why I like the under, then why even have me on the video, Megan, if you're just going to bring in and start with that statement? The center is a big deal. What makes the Tampa Bay's offensive losses even greater is they lost both their number 2 and number 3 center in preseason game number 3 last week because they wanted to get him some reps with Brady. We don't know who, if either one will be back. So we're talking major O-line injuries for Tampa Bay. Plus, you were returning only 3 starters anyway, which now be maybe 2 starters. Remember, Brady wasn't with the team for those 11 games. Not that not playing in the preseason matters, but that 11-day period was pretty important because you had many multi-day reps. Remember, this Bucs team was a pass-oriented team with Bruce Arians, whose quarterbacks often led the league in passing at both Arizona and at Tampa Bay. You're now going to the defensive-minded Todd Bowles as the head coach, and I think he will use that rush attack more and try to not put Brady in harm, especially against that Dallas pass rush. The Cowboys, last year they started off with a bang, and I think people are going to remember that. Unusual for 2 teams to start off week number 1 for back-to-back seasons. Of course, last year's game, Tampa Bay took it 31-29. People look at that. People remember how Dallas started on the offensive side last time. People remember what Tampa Bay's offense did last year. I just think there's a little bit of value with the under. We see a lot of high totals week 1 until the team starts showing us what they're really made of. I'm going to look for under in this Sunday night matchup.
Ralph, the Cowboys are 2-4 in the past 6 years in Week 1 games. Who are those 2 wins against? The New York Giants. Not saying much there. Teddy, will jump over to you. Lots of injuries, as Ralph mentioned, on the offensive line. 2 NFC contenders, though, when you look at Dak Prescott and Tom Brady. How do you go about handicapping this game for Week 1?
Well, I'll start by saying there's only one NFC contender in this game. The Dallas Cowboys are no contender in the NFC this year. The offensive line injury is just the latest problem for Dallas team with receiver question marks and a team who, to Ralph's point, looks to me a heck of a lot better on the defensive side of the football than they do on the offensive side of the football coming into September. Tampa's the same story, okay? This is a Super Bowl caliber defense for the Bucs. They did not suffer any major offseason losses from that stop unit. But on the offensive side of the football, Tampa's got questions everywhere. And Ralph talked about the offensive line issues. And again, it's not just a center position for Tampa. They've had cluster injuries in the offensive line since day 1 in August. And you have a quarterback that wasn't in camp for half the time. So I don't expect the Bucs offense this week to look in midseason rhythm. I don't expect the Cowboys offense to look in mid-season rhythm. However, Ralph's talking full game under. I'm going to recommend first half under. And here's why. Week 1, you worry about conditioning. You worry about defenses getting tired in the fourth quarter. If you remember the Cowboys and the Bucs last year in Week 1, the fourth quarter was crazy of that ballgame, back and forth down the field with 2 good quarterbacks against 2 tired defenses. So let's expect a slow start to this one. Let's expect both offenses to have their share of early growing pains, and let's expect plenty of running the football and maybe more field goals and touchdowns. First half under, you can find 25 if you shop around 24.5, the prevailing number as we record.
And the total opened at 51.5, now at 50, 80% of the money towards the under. NFL Week 1, right around the corner. Thank you, Ralph Michaels and Teddy Covers. You can find more of them at WagerTalk.com and on Twitter at CalSportsLV and at Teddy_Covers. Make sure you have downloaded the new WagerTalk app so you are in the know for the NFL season.